fine. You start to gear up to 7. I've got to get the TrackMan on, but you can switch to 7 now if you want to. And again, there's a bell curve, so I'm going to move pretty quick here. Have you done anything with TrackMan before? Okay. So here's the thing, right? In this fitting now, I'm going to remove this. Okay, that's step number 1. Step number 2 is, I want you to think like a player now. Like all this chat, and we've had some good chats already that we haven't captured, but this talk about positions, let's do the fitting. And let's just hit balls. Correct. I'm going to fit you for where you're at, but like I've said, I'm going to tell you what I would do. And that's why I wanted to turn that on, because I think there's a lot of things with you. I already think from talking to you and from emails and from text messages, you're so far off how good you can be. If you've got a history of winning the stuff you've won as a kid, you can play golf. You can properly play golf. Now you're just plodding, and it pisses me off, if truth be told, as a club guy.
That's what I need to hear.
So aim where you want to aim, but our target is that street lamp. I couldn't give a damn if you're aimed into customer service.
I like that.
Get it on the street lamp. Give me what you are.
And hit it hard.
Hit it as you like. Hit the driver hard. Just feel it. Get your feels flowing. Okay, that's a pretty normal shot for you, yeah?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so a little draw, starts down the right, launches a bit low. But look, here you go. I mean, I don't need to see another. Conserve the shots. I don't need to see it. So here we go. Straight away, that's your 7-iron spinning at 6,000, launching at 12. So your 7-iron's probably going to have around 34, 33 on the loft. You've launched it half the number, more than half the number. Great. That shows you can compress it. That spin number, too low. So if you're spinning it a bit more, at your level, you're going to get more out of it because your descent angle and how quickly you can stop the golf ball is going to help you as a golfer. So from now on, I only want black numbers. That's the TP5, okay?
Which I've been playing the last 4 times down in Bishop.
And?
Only TP5s because that's what you said. In
better? Improvement? No noticed yet? Not noticed yet?
Hard for me to notice because, you know, it's right out of hibernation.
Yeah.
But I played well, so I'm like, I like it.
Go with that. Standard lie angle, we'll look at that in a minute. What do you feel from it? Anything just getting it in your hand? Obviously it's a familiar looking head for you.
Feels a little bit lighter.
Okay, brilliant, you passed the test already. It's a 105, it's much lighter. I want some light to give you a bit of speed. I'm obviously, like you say, you're coming out of hibernation. As a player who's your age, who's played in history, you've probably only used 120, 125. You've used heavy.
Everything's just been standard.
Of course it has, because you're a Scotsman and that's the way you boys do stuff, and I get it. But now let's give you something with a bit, maybe a bit more feel. Okay. But let's see how you react to it. You might hate it.
See, I would never even have thought about a lighter shot.
Just speed and height. Yep. Already said to you, I want height, I want speed, I want spin. Yep. My man. That's done, mate. I'll see you later. I mean, that is it.
Yeah, let's go to the go.
That's how you hit a 7-iron.
Yeah. But it's interesting where that felt, where the ones before it's more penetrating, that one kind of...
Yeah, and then what happens is it's got to come down from that angle. Yeah. Once you get that, it's got to come down. Yeah. If that's going into a back left pin, yeah, you're tight. Yeah. If that's going into a back right pin, yeah, you're tight. This thing is coming down too flat, and if we're in Scotland for sure, it's hitting and it's running through the back of the green. Yep. You're attacking flags now. Why? Because you've gone up 500 spin, you've gone up 2 degrees launch. The yardage total, if anything, has gone down 2 or 3 yards. I don't care about that. You just hit a 7-iron 180 yards.
Yep. At sea level, I'm fired up.
Proper. That's a proper golf shot. Yep. And this is money. It's not too deep. Yep. Which makes me then see path 3.8, that's your draw, attack angle down 5, good player. Right. Compressed.
That's 3.8.
To the right to give you the draw. You said you wanted draw. You got very uncomfortable when the alignment stick was down. Get rid of the frickin' thing. Yeah. We've got to get the clubs right. That's what we're here to do. And there's a bell curve. I don't want you hitting 3 bags of balls. Hit 3 bags of balls, but the actual fitting needs to happen in 10, 15 golf shots. I think we're close. I got options, obviously, but I think we're close. The club's doing what we want, the spin's gone up. I want you to consider this. So I'm going, it's tough because like you said, where you live, you have a hibernation period. Yeah. So you come out, you see these golf clubs that to me look big and give you speed. All right, that's brilliant. But I want you to start thinking about who you are history-wise, who you are in the past as a player. And I want you to think, okay, the big cavity backs or the big top line, that's fair enough. But why wouldn't we start to think about something that looks more like that? That's a P7MC, same shaft, still lightweight, gonna give you some kick.
It almost feels like a little skinnier top line.
100% skinnier. And look, for the tech, you've lost the through slot. The through slot is speed. If you hit that low in the face miss, this speed slot is bringing the speed down in the blade. So if you do get a low miss, you're gonna get more out of the 770. We're probably gonna end up here, but I want you to consider, even if it's just the scoring irons, even if we just do 7, 8, 9 wedge, consider the MC. Because the flange, the sole is thinner. You're gonna get better turf interaction. The top line looks more like what a player's golf club does look like. I mean, that's rolling back the years for you. You know what I mean? The offset is a little less.
TP9s back in the day?
Correct.
Those were the days.
Alathable favourites.
Huh?
I'm with you. Exactly.
And I've never done a combo set before.
So maybe because this club, obviously with the 770, it launches different to the MC and it spins different to the MC. If I was comboing you into this, I'd have to make these a degree stronger in loft. We may go and bend one and have a look at that, or you just trust me because I know what I'm doing, but we bend that thing a little stronger because it is going to need to go. I don't want a big gap between 6 and 7. You know what I mean? Anyway, hit it. You might tell me it's putrid and it's not for you, and that's fine too. And that's the one that I don't like, that I think you hit a lot of, which is a little low in the blade, and that totals at 163. So that is the problem with embracing this club. If you hit that shot and there's water short, that's in the drink, whereas this gets on the front edge. Now, again, I want you to think about this and make that decision, but given how much you play, given how busy you are, given the fact that you have to take 3 months off, it's probably, and it's rare that I would do this, but it's probably better that you go this route. But if you were playing a lot more, combo set, if not full set, is where you need to go. Again, that's a call that, like,
it doesn't even have to start at like a 7-iron. Could even start at
wedge. You know, you could do
9,
pitching wedge.
You know,
it's 9. A play, but that's a like, I'm not dictating. You're the player. You're the boss of this situation, and that's what I say in all these fittings. Like, just be open to it. You're the boss. So let's get back into the head where I think we're going to go. So swing weight, which is balance point, I would keep the same. Because I keep the swing weight around D3, you shouldn't, it's just the overall weight that's going to feel light to you. Go again. Don't just reload. Remember what I said. Come on, golf shots. Street lamp, hit the golf shot. Make each ball count. Good. Hit this for me. It's a 6-iron.
Even like that flight is just more kind of
softer, spinny. Colin Morikawa, Tiger Woods. It's going to get closer to flags. So this 6-iron, see how low that is? All right, you pulled it, but see how low that is? That zippy, spinny one that we're getting, I've gone up to a 125 gram golf shaft. This is probably what you would have played as a kid, to be fair. This is familiar in feel. But what you're doing is you're not embracing what I think we need to do to help you. And I'll let you have movement on the head, and I'll let you stick in your comfort blanket with the 770. Fine with that. If you want to change 9-iron, want to change pitching wedge, that's on you. But where I'm not keen on going is, why would you go into a 120 gram golf shaft when the 105 is going to give you that? You've already seen it yourself. And descent angle means closer to the hole. But anytime I put weight into it, it's going to bring the spin down. You need spin. So let's go back to this one, because I wanted to go there to see if in a couple of shots you would start to find the middle and like the feel. But it's not changing anything. I can tell in a couple of shots. I don't need to keep going here. And the miss is left like that sometimes.
That is my bad miss, man.
Okay. So the great thing about this tool, as we get you dialed, is obviously I can change lie angle and I can change loft independently without having to run back into the Kingdom. I want to go one flat. So now I'm just trying to get rid of this moving.
So to me, right away, I feel like it's more almost kind of natural for me right there.
And that's only one. We can go flatter. I just want to see what the results start doing. So does that feel flat enough for you?
I mean, I'm not opposed to
going flatter.
trying it one more and seeing how it
And we might do that. You hit golf shots like that though and you don't need to touch it. I can't beat that ball flight. That is really good. I just want to start seeing more of that.
Yeah.
60, 300, 13.4, that's your number, the 180 on a 7-iron. Don't worry about that for me.
Just thinking about my
What
brother-in-law.
about the peak eye?
What the fuck is that?
No, that's great.
Yeah.
That's low.
Yeah.
That's
That's low?
Yeah.
Man, okay, I just need to change my mindset, you know?
You've got to.
Yeah.
That's low.
Okay.
You're very European right now.
Yeah. Hey, there's nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong with that if we're in Scotland.
Yes.
But we're not.
Yes.
Now I'll give you a little because your subconscious is feeling that wind.
Yeah.
Good player.
Yeah.
So you're trying to cover it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm telling you, and that's why it's hard fitting outdoors because we let this interfere with what we do as players.
Yeah.
But if you can start to just see it,
Yep.
you club up, mate. If you want to get to a back pin, hit the 6 and hold it off.
Yep.
You'll add spin and it'll land soft and it'll come down steep. It's the you get 3 yardages, right? You get the front, the middle, the back. Think how you used to think as a kid.
Still think that, boom.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's why they're great.
Yep.
And then you play to those yards. That's your strength over everyone else you're playing. Don't wear, you know, the best players are hitting 7 when some guys are trying to punch 8 back there. It's never going to get there. They can control the 7. Okay, go again. Another good swing like that last one. I mean, this club's money. I love where we're at now. Good. Nice.